Hey y'all, I wanted to do a follow-up because I spent like 3 days with the phone and I gotta tell you, it's amazing. I mean, I just can't get over it, you know. I know phones have come down and everything, but with Samsung, I'm surprised they didn't take away a lot of features. This thing is so blazing fast. There's no lag, no stuttering. When you open everything, it's just bam, bam, bam. It's amazing. It feels like the Note 3 to me, and you know that's a pretty fast phone. So I wanted to show y'all my setup because I'm always getting questions on certain apps, and I thought I would just make a complete, video with everything I'm running, all the apps that over the years I found you just cannot do without. So here we go. I got a list, so if I sound like I'm reading, I probably am. Now, the first thing I want to say is when I had that LG Optimus Pro for like a month, there were so many times that I reached in to take it out of my purse or something, and I almost burned my hand. It was so hot. So I've installed an app called CF Temperature Control, just so that at a glance, I could just see real easily what the temperature is. No muss, no fuss, boom. I gotta tell you, I've never once had to use it on this. I can be playing videos for 6 hours, 8 hours. And when I say play videos, I'm constantly listening to trials. I just find them so interesting. So they're always running on my phone. I always have my earpiece in. I'm always listening to a trial. But on the other phone, oh my God, it would like burn up. Plus, I would only get about 5 hours or 6 hours of playing videos with most phones, and then I gotta recharge. But with this guy, I could play videos for like 8 hours, 9 hours, and still have 30–40% battery life. It's unheard of. I just can't even believe on a budget device that I'm getting that kind of battery life. Another thing I wanted to mention was, if you're snubbing your nose at the resolution on this, you shouldn't, because honestly, I am a pixel junkie, and with all the high resolution screens coming out, I thought, oh, I cannot live with something so, weak and old school. But I have found that with the higher resolution screens, while they're really nice for some things, other things, they're just too high resolution, and you constantly have to be messing with your pixels and blowing up and reducing and pinching and zooming, and I just don't want to pinch and zoom. And this phone, the 7-inch form factor with the 1280 by 800, it's just perfect because every app you open up, the resolution is just perfect. I have yet to have to pinch and zoom on this phone, so that is such a plus to me. Another thing is a lot of phones, they'll just turn this way, and then they'll turn, if you go to turn them this way because say you want to get to the power that's on the bottom or the headphone jack, you can't. Well, I have an app called Ultimate Rotation from the market, and it was free, and it works so seamlessly. It just constantly turns it 180, doesn't matter. So that is a wonderful app. Okay. Another app is Screen Off and Lock, and I've showed you that before. Usually you can just, keep the thing right there and you can shut it off like that. However, if you want to, like I have, this is my LG lock screen that I love so much. I could just play with that all day. I've got it set to particle, and it's just the bomb. I love it. Okay, but anyway, so with the Screen Off and Lock, I have ADWX launcher running on this, and so I've got the gesture set. If I swipe down, it just shuts it. So that's a pretty neat thing. Now, I do have a physical home button on this phone, and I love that because I'm old school and I just hate having all on-screen buttons. I like having a home button. Call me crazy. But what I also have installed is something here. It's called Virtual Button Bar. And what it is these are 2 buttons. You can have up to, I think, 10 buttons, but I just have back and home. So sometimes with a phone this big, if say you're in an app, let's say that I open up the browser by accident and I'm like, oh, I don't want that. And here I'd have to go all the way down there, but I can always just hit that and it works just as well. Same thing for the home. Say I'm in my, let's go to my gallery. Say I'm in the gallery and I don't want to close the app or whatever, but I just want to go to home. Boom, done. Love it. Also, of course, I have the multi-picture live wallpaper. I can't live without that. I just love that. Which brings me to the lobby of my phone. Now, in here is a widget. It's called the Android Photo Widget. And I've got the, you know, this screen right there is set for my picture, but you can go ahead if you'd like, and you could set a whole folder of pictures. So when you hold it, oops, when you hold it down, wait, you just tap it. There you go. And you can go into the settings and you can tell it what folder you want, and the pictures will just keep changing. Oops. It's so cool. I mean, it's a great widget. But what I keep here is I keep, of course, that picture, but I also keep my floating browser there. So when I'm listening to my trials or whatever, it just is in that frame. So it's kind of cool because I'm, you know, like that. I don't like it all messy looking. The neat thing about this, I got the paid version because if you have the paid version, it lets you can resize it. It lets you see your history. So anytime you want to go back to something, you just, boom, you don't have to mess with anything. Just hit your history button and there you go. And it resizes really easy. And the best thing about this floating browser, like I said, you can move it anywhere you want. But the best thing is you can even reduce it, like minimize, and still, let me show y'all. Call it back up. It's in the notifications, so we'll open it back up. You can open 2 or 3 at a time. Here's another one. Okay, how cool is that? But anyway, so the great thing about this is you're going to hear it start playing, and if you shut the phone, it'll still play. So if you're listening to videos, you don't have to keep your screen on. I find that amazing. Right. Okay, so that's pretty cool about that. I love this browser. It's my best browser. I haven't used Chrome since I found this. Another thing, of course, is, let's get rid of this for now. And if you close it like that, when I open it again, it'll open the same size right there where I left it. How neat is that? Another thing is Samsung has really improved their keyboard. Oh my God. Used to be they just had like a couple of symbols or whatever, but now, let's go ahead. Let me show you their keyboard. It's just so great. So they, of course, have the top row of keys, but sliding is so seamless. I mean, it's just so responsive to your finger. I just love it. And then, of course, they have the mic on the thing. Some keyboards don't. Then look at their symbols. They have, well, I guess they're not going to have it in the, yeah, here they don't have it, but you have to be in the right, like if you're in the messaging app, they have tons and tons of emoticons. I mean, it's great. Big selection. So that's where I got this little purse from. That's my circle launcher. So that's pretty neat. Let's see what else. Also, you know, I told you I have this home button and that'll bring me home. But also if I'm in the notifications, that virtual button bar doesn't work just there. That's the only place it doesn't work if you're in the home screen. So I have another thing called Villa Home button, and that brings me home anytime. And the whole reason for all this is, I mean, a lot of people, they don't need these shortcuts everywhere, but even though I like a really clean type of an environment, I do need these things because I'm constantly hitting the wrong button. I got that brain problem, so I constantly hit the wrong things. I love to be able to quickly recover from a bad tap, and this definitely lets me do that. It also, with the Villa Home button, comes something called Recent Apps. And that's pretty nice because even though you have this task switcher over here, you kind of have to, you know, thumb through them. But with this, you get like 15 on a page. So I like that a lot better than using the task switcher. Also, something that's really cool is this little touch blocker thing. Now let me move it where it belongs. Okay, so you know I have the touch blocker I told you, and it's such a great thing because with a phone this big, you can have 5 different things going on. And when you got to move it from one place to another right quick, you don't want to have to shut everything down or shut the button or whatever. So all I ever do when I want to move the phone really quick is say I have a lot of things going on, like, well, just take my word for it. I don't want to waste your time. But all you do is hit that and it'll say screen locked. And now nothing will activate. You want to undo it, just hit that and it's screen unlocked. That little button there cost me 99 cents. If you don't pay the 99 cents, you'll always have the touch blocker here in the notifications, but I like it better over there. And also I like that Samsung has added, or maybe it's KitKat, I don't know, I think it's Samsung though, they add their brightness, their foam, You have your settings, everything, but it's still really neat. And then they have right here your unmount SD card, go to my files. It's all just so well done. Their TouchWiz just surprised the heck out of me. No lag, no stuttering. I think the stuttering bothered me more than the lag, because like when I would go to the app drawer, it would just like go, and it just always annoyed me. On the S5, I couldn't handle it. But here, everything just flows. Now here's a question I have for you. There's this right here, it's called App Drawer, and it's by MIUI or whatever. And what I don't understand, and I Googled it and still couldn't find it, and I'm hoping y'all can show me. So there's no menu button, okay? No matter what, there's no menu button. You can't change anything, it just is what it is. But I have that same app installed over here, and because I have a menu button right here, I can get to settings, and I can change so many things within that app. Background color, the font type, the size. Like I can make it a lot bigger. So I'll say, okay, and now it's going to be giant. See how big? And what I don't understand, let me just fix that real quick. We'll put it down to 15, put it to 10. Okay. So now, you know, it's still too big, but I'll fix it later. But there's no menu button here. So how are you supposed to, you know, fix that? Y'all have to figure that out and tell me, because I wrote the developer. I haven't got an answer yet. And I'm just like, what? I mean, I can't even. I can't even understand how that could be. Like, what am I missing? Another thing is this app called Night Mode. Now, I'm going to put the brightness down as much as I can. That's as low as it gets. And that's pretty low, but if you're in a room at night, that's pretty high. So with this app called Night Mode, you can select it, and it makes the screen even dimmer. So watch this. It's in my notifications. Whoops. I don't know. I must have missed it. Night Mode. Okay, so you can make it really dim. Whoops. See, it's practically black. And you could just hit start. Let's make it bigger. Okay, start. So you can make it bright. You can make it almost pitch black. Now that looks pitch black, but when you're in a dark room, you can see perfect. Then you just hit stop and it's done. So make it a little brighter. Okay. So that is a, if you read at night and you don't want to bother your husband with, oh, that computer is so bright, or tablet, whatever, that's the app to have. It's called Night Mode. Also wanted to show y'all the Paper Artist. Now this, even though this has a crappy camera, 3.15 megapixels, I think, which is definitely nothing to write home about. But if you have a point and shoot, you'd be able to live with this. But I just wanted to show you what it can do to your pictures. Let's go here. We'll go to gallery. I mean, I do that all the time. I don't want to go to gallery. I want to go to Paper Artist. And this is available in the market. It used to be exclusively for Samsung phones. And whenever I would go to like an LG or something, I would miss it so much. But now it's available on the market. It's like $2 and it is so worth it. Okay. So let's choose a picture. I'll choose her. Yeah. And it just has so many really quality filters. I'm going to bring this close so you can see. I'm just going to go down the line. Let's just go to all of them. I mean, some of them are just so cool. I'm going to just get to the end of them. So I showed y'all every single one. This is a really good one. Yeah, if you could see, it's like texture. I mean, that app right there, forget it. The best $2.99 you will ever spend. Okay, and the last thing I was going to show y'all is the music app, but I don't want to because then they'll try to say that I'm trying to pirate music or whatever on my video. But take it from me, it's pretty loud. I think we can go into settings and I'll go to sound. And we'll show y'all, pick a different... How do you get to sound or notifications? See, I was doing so good and then I messed up. Where's sound? Let's try this. that's pretty loud. So what more could you possibly want? I mean, this phone, $299, a tablet, a phone, it's everything you could want from an Android experience. It's fast, and it's not vanilla because, of course, it's got Samsung skin on it, but it's almost like vanilla because Samsung skin is not the least bit obtrusive. Intrusive, whatever. It is really good. So that's it for now. I would say if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a message in the comments, but I think I pretty much answered all of them today. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care, y'all. Bye.